Hello and welcome. I am Exit Light, and this is my podcast. Today, as usual, we have Rob. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Rob. How are you, Rob? I'm okay, Rob.
Awesome. If you don't mind, before we get started, I'd like to say something. I've read each and every one of your kind remarks about my father passing, and I just want to tell you all that I really appreciate you reaching out and sending me your prayers and having me in your thoughts and my family. Is like Rob told you, came as a surprise, and it's been very difficult. But it's very nice to see the support that you have given me. So thank you very much. Rob,
Yes, Tracy.
would you like to tell anybody about subscribing and smashing anything?
Yes, if you could smash that like button, and if you're not subscribed, why? Please hit the bell to be notified of any new content that we're going to be getting or having in the future. And we appreciate all the likes and and share as well. Share our stuff with your friends and enemies and people that you know, people you don't know even.
Yes, as for social distancing, just share through email, share on Facebook, share with people you don't like. We don't care. Some of this stuff might keep people away from you permanently. Could be a good thing. What are we doing our podcast on today, Rob?
We're doing our podcast on superstitions. Superstitions are still, people have a lot of superstitions even in this 2020 where we have lots and lots of different ways of communicating and different electrical iPhones and tablets and iPads and all the other plethora of different things. People still are very superstitious, so we thought we'd do a podcast on that today.
Are you superstitious at all, Rob?
Very,
I am too.
very, 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 very.
Yes, I am too. I thought this would be a good podcast to help get my mind off of, you know, life in general and the apocalypse. And so, what better thing to talk about than superstitions? Well, we're huddled in our homes, hoping somebody will bring us a roll of toilet paper. All right, Rob. Um, do you want to go first?
Yeah, go on, I'll go first.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Of course you can.
Last week, before we were on lockdown, um, well, my ex-Light family took a trip to Arizona to see Exit Light Baby, and because the 18th was his first birthday, and for those of you who do not know, he was born at 27 weeks gestation, and he is, if I do say so myself, the most perfect boy in the world, and he's He's smart. He's funny. He's charming. He's everything you hope he would be, and handsome, like his Gigi. So,
Sound like you were describing me then.
and that was a bright spot um, in whatever's going on in the world. And that was obviously before I got the news about my dad. But um, that was lovely. And I'm a very, very proud Gigi of an Exolite baby. All right, Rob. Superstition. Let's talk about them.
Well, we're going to travel over to India.
Okay.
Don't trim your nails at night in India. There are several grooming related superstitions in India, including the belief that it's bad luck to trim one's nails at night. Historically, people typically try to avoid using sharp objects at night to avoid hurting themselves in low light, according to the US News. It is also considered bad luck to go and get a haircut on a Saturday in India. Well, what do you think about that one, Tracy?
Well, I think it's common sense not to trim your nails in the dark with a sharp instrument. I don't think that's a superstition. I think that should be,
Common sense.
a basic rule of evolution that we've come to that knowledge. All right, I got one for you.
Go for it.
Never say happy birthday too early. Celebrating or even congratulating someone on a birthday before the day arrives. By the way, my birthday was on March 16th. Happy birthday to me. Before the day arrives brings bad luck, at least in Russia, that is. You know, those Russians, whatever. Why does that bring bad luck? Because it's counting, what is that called? Counting your eggs before they're hatched, I suppose.
Yeah, but my mum used to tell me about a superstition about if you have a calendar up in your house, you have to wait till the last day before turning it on to the next month because
Really?
it's like wishing your time away or something. I can't remember but still, I can't even remember the origins of why she used to do it. But I still today will not turn my calendar onto the next month until it is the first of that month.
I think, okay, I think that makes sense. I can see where that came from because I was taking days for granted, and we shouldn't. Lord knows we shouldn't take days for granted. So turning the calendar over means like, psh, I got these days. And then, what if you die on the 31st? Showed you, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. All right. You got another one?
This is my favourite one, and I
Okay.
do this myself.
Okay.
Knocking on wood.
Yes.
People in the US often, and I don't know why it says people in the US because this is I think maybe, well, I just read forward. It did originate in Europe, so there you go. Knock on wood to ward off bad luck. Although the superstition is said to have originated in Europe, during medieval periods, many churches claimed to have pieces of Jesus of the cross of Jesus. Church officials would say that knocking on wood would bring good luck, according to Yahoo. Yahoo.
Yeah, I think it's Is that what you call it?
Yahoo, yeah.
Oh, we call it Yahoo.
Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo.
Yahoo.
But I always say that knock on wood. Knock on wood.
I was telling you earlier, but then I stopped so I could talk about it during the podcast. That is one thing that it literally drives me nuts. That I'm such a stickler for it. Like if there's not a piece of some type of wood, and that includes paper, I will find one to knock on it. I don't understand my obsession with this, but for those of you who don't know, have I coach volleyball. I coached volleyball for many, many years, and I always used a notebook to write down Every game, every tournament, my players' names, their positions, where they would be on the court, etc. Before I would turn, and then I would turn another slip into the referees. Well, if somebody made the mistake of saying before a game, I just don't feel good today. I just don't see this going well. I would make them, these poor children. I coached beginning when I first started coaching. I coached 6 year olds, and then ended up coaching high school. But these poor kids, I would be like, stand right there and find my notebook, knock on this, and they would be like, knock on it. Yes, take your knuckles and knock on this because it's bad luck. You're bringing us bad luck. And I know that they were like, this bish here is crazy f. But I had several girls on my team who had been with me so long that as soon as somebody, like somebody who was new, would say, I have a bad feeling, or I know that team over there, and I feel like they might beat us, they would be like, get coach's notebook. So I am proud to say that I planted some seeds of psychosis in them as well. It is something, Rob, you and I have conversations. I have a table next to where I sit when I talk to you, and I will say to you all the time, knock on wood. And I do it. I literally am doing it.
Yeah, I do as well.
I don't know. I don't know if it works or not, but I'm not willing to take the risk.
We're still here.
Yeah, right? So I guess it does. And by the way, my teams were always winning championships, so I guess it did work. All right, mine. It's bad luck to open an umbrella indoors.
Yeah.
Though some historians tentatively trace this belief back to ancient Egyptian times, the superstitions that surrounded Pharaoh's sunshades were actually quite different and probably unrelated to the modern day one about rain gear. Most historians think that the warning against unfurling, I love that, unfurling, that's a very serious word, umbrellas inside originated much more recently in Victorian England. In Extraordinary Origins of Everyday Things, the scientist and author Charles Panaudi wrote, in 18th century London, when metal-spoked waterproof umbrellas began to become a common rainy day sight, their stiff, clumsy spring mechanisms made them veritable hazards to open indoors. A rigidly spoked umbrella opened suddenly in a small room could seriously injure an adult or a child or shatter a fragile object. Even a minor incident could provoke unpleasant words or a minor quarrel, themselves strokes of bad luck in a family or amongst friends. Thus, the superstition arose as to deter the opening of an umbrella indoors. Do you open umbrellas indoors?
No, but I know that my daughters have attempted to do that.
I've attempted. They've
Yeah,
been cut down.
and I lost my shit big time.
Have you?
Don't open that inside. Don't do it. Why? I don't know, but just don't do it.
This is basically going to be a podcast that we should call number 221 Reasons Why Tracy and Rob are actually crazy. Some of these podcasts reveal too many personal things about us. Now, opening an umbrella indoors actually doesn't bother me. It's pointless, but it doesn't, like, if I am inside of a building, I will open the umbrella before I leave the building so I don't get rained on. That seems like common sense to me. Yet, I have broken one of my fingers twice, so it's possible that that was the result. I don't know. Maybe that gave me bad luck. Amongst the many other things in my life that have been bad luck, I should reconsider the umbrella thing.
Maybe so.
It just doesn't. It's just not one of those things that I'm a stickler for. Okay, up to you now.
Right, well, this is one that I do, and I've always done, but I didn't know. I don't know. It's in Russia. Placing empty bottles on the ground is considered good luck. Good luck practiced in Russia. The superstition comes from a legend involving Russian soldiers in the 19th century. According to the Moscow Times, while the soldiers were in Paris, they were able to save money on alcohol by hiding their empty bottles on the ground rather than leaving them on the table, as they were being charged by the empty bottles they left behind. Now, I've always heard this, that whenever you have an empty, and I've even got in trouble in a restaurant for doing this, um, when we finish a bottle of wine, putting it on the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why did they get you in trouble for that?
because they just why are you doing that? And I said, I don't know, but it's bad luck to leave it on the table, and I can put my empty bottle where I want.
You know what's funny about you? I love it when you go, I don't know. It feels so like, I don't know, Eeyore to me. You know who Eeyore is, right?
Out of Winnie the Pooh, not Winnie the
Yeah, it
Pooh.
just
Yeah,
feels like, I don't know. I'm so sorry. It's one of your endearing qualities, Rob, for you people who think I pick on him too much. I've actually never heard this superstition before in my life. And yeah, I've never have.
see, I have loads of superstitions, but I don't know what half of them mean.
Well, that's why we're here, Rob. We're gonna find
Smartass.
out. Did you call me a smartass?
No, not at all.
I think you did. I'm gonna rewind this, Rob. I'm gonna hear that.
Just clearing my throat.
Smartass. Oh God.
If it actually sounds like smartass, then that's not my fault.
Oh. Okay then. All right. Well, is it bad luck to walk under a leaning ladder?
Yeah,
My husband is in construction, and if I had never walked under a leaning ladder, I wouldn't have ever been on a construction site. So, um, I think I'm sure I have. This superstition really does originate 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. What is wrong with these Egyptians? They were afraid of their own shadows. Everything was bad luck. A ladder leaning against a wall forms a triangle, and Egyptians regarded this shape as sacred, exhibited, for example, by the pyramids. To them, triangles represented the trinity of the gods, and to pass through a triangle was to desecrate them. This belief wound its way up through the ages. Centuries later, followers of Jesus Christ usurped the superstition because that's what we do best. Ooh, I like that. It's mine now. Interpreting it in the light of Christ's death. Rob, by the way, that was funny.
what was?
But that's what Christians do. That's where we got our holidays. That's where we're getting our superstitions. We just think, I think I like a good party. Let's call it Christmas. Anyway, it's true. Easter's coming up. We liked it. We thought, you know what? Colorful eggs, bunnies. Why not?
I think that might be
Because
blasphemous. in some way, shape, or form.
Hey, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. They did it. Whatever.
Why?
I'm good for Easter.
Why is it when there's anything that's to do with religion, you sort of blame me?
I blame you.
Like, yeah, sort of. It's like, Rob, why did that happen? I don't know.
No, I said Rob. That was funny.
I know you said, and this on this occasion you did, but on other occasions you have been known to. I'm sure people will agree with me.
I'm sure they
With
will.
where it's to do with religion, it's like, and Rob, why did Jesus get crucified? I didn't crucify him.
Well, you're
Because
kind
we
of
did
old,
it.
so I thought maybe you would know.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for
I have. There's got to be somebody to blame, and you
that.
know, you're right there.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, because a ladder had rested against the crucifix, it became a symbol of wickedness, betrayal, and death. Walking under a ladder courted misfortune. Now, how can knocking on wood, which was a piece of the cross, be good luck? Which seems, in my personal opinion, to be the worst possible luck. But the ladder is bad luck. Rob, why
Maybe.
is this?
Well, I'm going to try and explain.
Okay.
There are, I don't know if it's in my list of 20, but some people believe that if you cross someone's shadow with your shadow, that's bad luck. So maybe walking underneath the lent up ladder, you're going to cross the shadow as well. So it's like two bad lucks in one.
Maybe.
That's the
I guess
best I
that
can
could
do.
be. Thank you, Rob. I was going to think of another superstition that I haven't seen in my lists. And I was going to say something about it, but then I forgot. So you're in luck. In England, in the 1600s, criminals were forced to walk under the ladder on their way to the gallows. Like, they didn't have enough bad luck as it was. Here, let me just. Here, and here's a black cat, too. Would you like me to spill some salt in front of you? Anyway, there was something I was going to say to you, Rob, that was considered bad luck. I don't know. Whatever. I'm in a strange mood today, Rob.
Yes.
What's your next one?
It's go to Turkey.
What?
Turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah. The place, Turkey.
Okay. Okay.
According to Turkish legend, when a person chews chewing gum at night, it turns into the flesh of the dead.
Oh my God.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
It's bad luck.
It turns into the flesh of the dead. As a result, people are strongly advised against chewing gum after dark in Turkey. The exact origins of this morbid superstition is unclear, although our guess is that most people would rather not risk it.
What was the first sentence? Can you read me the very first sentence?
According to Turkish legend, when a person chews gum at night, it turns into the flesh of the dead.
Oh. You know, that's that's too bizarre even for me.
But did you ever tell your kids not to swallow chewing gum?
Well, yes.
Why?
Because when I was 5 years old, my brother hawked up a fur ball the size of like a half of a tennis ball full of gum right on the kitchen floor. And I knew right then that swallowing gum probably wasn't the best idea. But can I tell you another thing?
Yeah.
I loathe chewing gum. I hate it. It feels gross. I don't like it. It makes my mouth feel icky, but I love the taste of gum, so I will swallow it.
Right. And I've always said to my daughters, you shouldn't eat chewing gum. You shouldn't swallow it. Sorry. And I don't even know why.
I know why, because for hundred years we were told that chewing gum didn't dissolve in your stomach, and so it would grow into a big ball, and someday your stomach would explode. And A, that's not true, but B, I don't know how much gum my brother had to chew that day, but it was impressive. It's like a snake unhinging his jaw. I know. That was Uncle Mike, by the way.
Good old
Another
Uncle
story of
Mike.
Uncle Mike. He's always there for something.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, a broken mirror gives you 7 years bad luck. In ancient Greece, it was common for people to consult mirror seers who would tell their fortunes by analyzing their reflection, which is creepy to me. As the historian Milton Goldsmith explained in his book Signs, Omens, and Superstitions, divination was performed by means of water and a looking glass. This was called okay, hold on, let me get this right. Catoptromancy. The mirror was dipped in the water, and a sick person was asked to look in the glass. If his image appeared distorted, he was likely to die. If clear, he would live. In the 1st century AD, the Romans added a caveat to the superstition. At the time, it was believed that people's health changed in 7-year cycles. A distorted image resulting from a broken mirror therefore meant 7 years of ill health and misfortune rather than outright dying.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Mm.
I didn't know that it meant that you would die. I just thought it was 7 years of bad luck.
Yeah.
It must have been breaking lots of mirrors.
Yeah, but mirrors do pop up a lot in superstition. Like when people die, they cover the mirrors.
Yes, you're not supposed to put two mirrors facing each other
I
because
don't
it
like
can
that.
steal your soul.
I don't like looking in that. I always remember being in a hairdresser's with my sister. She was going to have her ears pierced. She only ended up having one pierced, but that's another story. Um, and they had mirrors right down the shops facing each other because obviously it
Hmm.
was a hairdresser salon. And looking at that, it was scary. I just thought that it went on
For
inf
infinity.
infinity and beyond.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing, but um, yeah. So anyway, uh, do you think that breaking a mirror is bad luck?
Yeah,
Do you?
yeah.
I think I don't.
Okay.
But the next one I have, I do.
Well, the next one you're going to like that I've got.
Oh, good.
Right. In the UK, saying the word rabbit on the first day of the month. The, this good luck practice has been around for over 2,000 years, according to NPR, whoever they are. Although,
National Public Radio.
okay, I don't think it actually stands for that, but there you go.
It doesn't? Oh, it does here.
Okay, well, we're talking about the UK,
Okay.
the cradle of
I don't know then.
civilization.
Oh, jeez.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
I, I, twice in less than 5 minutes.
Bad luck.
Okay, Dad. My
This
internet dad.
this good luck practice has been around for over 2,000 years, according to NPR. Although it has only been recorded since the 19th century, with roots tracing back to the UK. According to legend, if the first thing you say on the first day of the month is rabbit, rabbit, you'll have good luck for the rest of it. Alternatively, if you forget to speak the magic words in the morning, you can say tibber, tibber, which is rabbit backwards, right before you go to bed that night, and you'll
What?
have
What?
luck.
What? Rabbit backwards? Oh, okay.
Tibber, tibber,
Oh,
which rabbit backwards. Then you'll have good luck for the rest of the month.
do you do that?
No, I don't. That's one. I do think rabbits. I do think that rabbits' feet are lucky,
I think I have rabbit's feet coming up.
but I don't
It's
know
such
why
a
they're lucky.
disgusting thing.
Um, but it wasn't much. It wasn't very. It wasn't good luck for the rabbit.
No, it sure as hell wasn't. Yeah, it didn't occur to me until I was embarrassingly old that it was actual rabbit's foot. I thought it was just called a rabbit's foot. Because who would cut a rabbit's foot off and put it on a chain so we could hook it to our keys? I mean, that would be barbaric. And then I was like, wait a minute, these are freaking rabbit's feet. I don't think you can find one anymore.
No.
Thank God. That wasn't in vain, by the way. Okay, when you spill salt, toss some over your left shoulder to avoid bad luck. This is something I do, which is
Yep.
unfortunate if I'm at a restaurant and there's people behind me. Sorry. Spilling salt has been considered unlucky for thousands of years. Around 3500 BC, the ancient Sumerians first took to nullifying the bad luck of spilled salt by throwing a pinch of it over their left shoulders. This ritual later spread to the Egyptians, the Assyrians, and later the Greeks. So there you go. That is something I will do. If I'm cooking, when I spill it, I'll put it over my shoulder, and I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's got to be your left shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah, it does, but I can say that I don't think I've ever done it just on my left shoulder.
Do you know why you do it?
No, I don't know why.
Because the devil would be on your left of your shoulder, and
Oh,
the
really?
salt is supposed to kill him. Well, just do whatever, send him back to hell.
Season him?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, as well.
Huh, that's interesting. Well, we put salt around. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I have put salt around my windows and doors before. Salt is a very superstitious related spice. Black salt is used to keep demons away. Thanks to Brian. I have a large bag of black salt. Diabolical witness. That's strange, though. Also, like they say if you've had an experience in your house, to dissolve water in warm water. What, Tracy? I don't think that's possible. Well, sure it is. That's called ice. Dissolve salt in warm
Salt.
water. Dissolve salt. Did I not say that again? Did I mess up? My brain
Yeah.
isn't functioning. Dissolve salt in warm water and then take it, put your fingers in and flick it over your house. And that will, am I boring you?
No, why?
Did you just yawn?
Yeah, but it's early in the morning here.
Oh, it's early in the morning here.
Oh,
So
okay. It's not a competition.
I think I'm testy.
You think?
I, it's possible.
You think?
Be nice. You're the one who called me a name.
Oh, not again.
Anyway, forget salt. F salt. Let's move on.
Well, this one is the most ridiculous thing I've ever read, whether it's to do with superstitions or not. In
Oh,
Brazil, placing your can't even read it, it's not ridiculous. Placing your wallet or purse on the ground in Brazil is said to be bad financial luck. Well,
oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, it is here too. They say, hold on a second. Um, pay, place, place, place something about placing your purse on the floor. Money walks out the door. Yeah. If you'll notice, a lot of women do not put their purses on the floors at like restaurants. We hang them on the back of a chair. And I don't know if they all do this, but it's because it is a superstition that if you let your purse touch the floor, that you'll lose money.
Well, the picture that they've put with this article is someone who's left their wallet on the street, on the floor in the street, which
Well, that is bad luck.
that's just
That's
not
just
it's not bad
stupid.
luck. That's just stupid, yeah, because
Yeah.
obviously you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
deserve to lose your money.
I don't think that that's how we should best try superstitions out. I think I'll just throw my purse over there into the middle of the street and see how well it fares. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's really weird because I was just raised like don't put your purse on the ground, don't put your purse on the ground, and I was watching a video or something within the last 6 months, and they said something about put your purse on the floor, watch your money walk out the door,
Well, it
and
actually
I
says
was
that.
it
Yeah,
does.
he says
Oh
not what happened to you, but similar people in China commonly use the phrase that translates "a purse on the floor is money out of the door" to warn
yeah,
against not valuing wealth.
right. So I went oh okay, so now I get why I was always told not to put my purse on the floor. Nobody ever explained it, but yeah, that's something I do. Not to mention that if you spend a decent amount of money on a bag, I don't know why you'd put it on the floor anyway. God knows where that floor has been. Okay, beginner's luck.
Mm-hmm.
Usually grumbled by an expert who just lost a game to a beginner. It is the idea that newbies are usually likely to win when they try out a sport, game, or activity for their first time. Beginners might come out ahead in some cases because a novice is less stressed out about winning. Too much anxiety, after all, can hamper performance. Weren't you just talking about that, Rob?
Yeah.
That bus went by and I couldn't help it. Or it could just be a statistical fluke, especially in the chances of based on gambling statistics. Or like many superstitions, a belief in beginner's luck might arise because of confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is a psychological phenomenon in which people are more likely to remember events that fit their worldview. If you believe you're going to win because you're a beginner, you're more likely to remember all the times you were right and forget the times you ended up in last place. So there you go.
So what happens if you're, say, playing pool and the beginner is actually hustling you,
Well, that's bad luck.
like I believe someone used to do?
Somebody, maybe. Are you throwing me under the bus now?
Um, You're under the bus already with
Oh.
all that.
Sometimes people can pretend to be beginners. I'm just saying. Anyway, next.
Serbia. We've got Serbia.
Okay.
We used to have a defender from Serbia called Vidic, Nemanja Vidic, and he had a song that the fans used to chant in the stands, and it's Vidic is from Serbia. He will effing murder you.
Oh, that's lovely sportsmanship.
Because he was a little bit on the nasty side.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
oh, that's a lovely sport.
Um, right. Okay. Spilling water behind someone. Spilling water may seem like it would be a sign of bad luck, although the opposite is actually true in Serbia. It is it is common Serbian superstition to believe that spilling water behind someone will bring them good luck. People will often spill water behind a loved one who is about to go on a trip or a job interview in order to wish them luck. The water
Hmm.
is thought to be lucky because it represents fluidity and motion. Well, it wouldn't be motion if you took a step back and slipped on the water and split your head open.
That's what I was gonna say. What about somebody slipping on it? That's that seems foolish. Not gonna lie. Serbia, up your game a little bit. Not that I care what I think. Find a penny, pick it up, and all day long you'll have good luck.
Good luck.
This little ditty may arise because finding money is lucky in and of itself. But it might also be a spin-off of another older rhyme, which was see a pin, pick it up, and all day long you'll have good luck. See a pin, let it lay, and your luck will pass away. Why would I pick a pin up? Like a pin. Pin. I don't know. Hairpin? I don't know. But I pick pennies up. Not gonna lie. Well, I'm more likely to pick a dime up than a penny. Because
My
what are you
grand
gonna do
my
with them?
granddad used to say, if you see a penny on the floor, you should always pick it up.
Hmm.
What was it? If uh, if you take care of the pennies, the pounds will take care of themselves.
Ah. And I've always heard that if the penny is heads up, that's when it's the best luck. That's when you should pick it up, is if it's heads up.
Okay,
I don't know. All right. Your
so we're
turn.
going to now. We're going to Portugal,
Okay.
home of Cristiano Ronaldo. We're going to Portugal, and we're walking backwards. Some people in Portugal believe walking backwards may connect you to the devil.
What?
Some people in Portugal believe that walking backwards may connect you to the devil. It is
Ooh.
considered very unlucky to walk backwards in Portugal because doing so allegedly lets the devil know where you are and where you're going. Da, da, da.
Oh, interesting. Well, luckily for me, I very rarely walk backwards. I,
So I don't know why that made me laugh.
it just doesn't work that well. All right, black cats crossing your path. As companion animals for humans for thousands of years, cats play all sorts of mythical roles. You just made me yawn. In ancient Egypt, cats were revered. Today, Americans collectively keep more than 81 million cats as pets. What? So, why keep a black cat out of your path? Well, most likely, this is a superstition that arose from old beliefs in witches and their animal familiars, which were often said to take the form of domestic animals like cats. I had a black cat, an all pure black cat. She was the meanest effing cat. Her name was Jasmine. She was so mean. Like she would stalk me and jump on my back, and if I was making the bed, she would sit on a dresser and get down in that panther-like stance, and then jump on my head and bite me. It was lovely. She was
Sorry.
definitely bad. We had to find her another loving home before we had our children because she just wasn't that cuddly.
See, the thing with black cats is I can never work out whether they're good luck or bad luck.
I love a good black cat. I love black cats. They're so beautiful. I don't care what people think, but they always say to like keep your black cats in during Halloween because people will steal them and God knows what they'll do to them. But I've owned several black cats in my life. I enjoy them.
So if a black cat crosses your path, is it good luck or bad luck?
It's bad luck. It's funny because just a few months ago we were waiting in our car for somebody who was in a store, and a black cat just kept walking back and forth in front of our car. And finally, I was like, we should all just take cyanide right now because as many times as this cat's walked in front of us, it's gonna be bad. If we're gonna believe in this superstition, let's bail right now. Guess what, Rob?
What?
I didn't have bad luck. Well, I had bad luck, but I don't think it's because of the cat.
Right.
You got one?
Yeah. This is interesting, actually. In Japan, I don't know. I'm not actually sure what this means. Tucking in your thumbs in a cemetery.
Talking in your thumbs?
Or tucking.
Oh, tucking in your thumbs.
I don't
What
know
does
what
that
that
mean?
means. I don't know.
Like into your hand?
Maybe, I don't know.
Because I
In,
do
J-
that for some
in, J-
reason.
in Japan, people are often advised. Oh, sorry, no, it's the other way around. In Japan, people are often advised to tuck their thumbs into their fists
Yeah,
when
I do
walk,
that.
when walking through cemeteries. The
Oh,
reason is simple. In Japan, the word for thumb directly translates to parent finger. The legend warns that tucking in your parent's finger will protect your parents from death.
hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard that one before.
No, I have not. Um,
Do you know when I was reading when I was reading that?
what?
Oh, I was reading that then, and tucking your parents' finger will protect your parents from death. Where the word parents was, I saw the word penis. Will, will, will protect your penis from death. God, what's wrong with me?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a
Oh,
psychiatrist.
what am I talking about? God, it's come to this. Seeing penises everywhere. I don't know.
Is that good luck or bad luck?
Oh, God, I nearly said it. Well, so I have said it now, haven't I? I was talking about thumbs, not penises.
Oh my gosh. Okay. A rabbit's foot will bring you luck. Talismans and amulets are time-honored way to fend off evil. Consider the crosses and garlic that are supposed to keep vampires at bay. Um, they do. I've never had a vampire come into my home, thank you. Rabbit feet as talismans may hark back to early Celtic tribes in Britain. You guys started off a lot of weird stuff, you know.
Yeah.
They may also arise from hoodoo, a form of African American folk magic that hoodoo that you do, the voodoo, boo, and superstition that blends Native American, European, and traditional and African tradition. Um, that's interesting, but still, why the rabbit's foot? Oh, yuck. All right, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, we're going to Germany now, and it's
Okay,
about toast. When you make a toast with friends
right.
in Germany, you want to avoid doing so with water.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
The superstition of believing that toasting with a glass of water brings bad luck or even death is
Mm-hmm.
commonly held in Germany, although the tradition has roots going back to ancient Greece. According to Greek mythology, spirits of the dead would often drink from the river Leaf, which is named which is named for the goddess of forgetfulness. After drinking from the river, the spirits would forget about their lives on Earth before entering the underworld.
Oh,
And that has
I
make
think I might be the goddess of forgetfulness.
I
I
think so
forgot.
too.
Yeah, I've heard that you're not supposed to drink, I mean, to toast with water, so I never do. Also, you're supposed to look everybody straight in the eyes as you do a toast, or it's
Yeah,
bad luck. And I'm an introvert, so I don't look anybody straight in the eye. So that's hard for me. Bad luck comes in threes. Well, this is not superstition. This is a fact.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
Um, Remember confirmation bias? The belief that bad luck comes in threes is a classic example. A couple of things go wrong, and believers start to look for the next bad bit of luck. A lost shoe might be forgotten one day, but seen as the third in a series of bad breaks the next. But I think, you know, we, I think everybody knows about the like deaths come in threes, and it always feels like that's true to me.
well, it's it's like when you get a famous person that dies.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Yeah,
Yeah, um, it usually does happen in threes.
yeah, it does. I don't think it happens in three. No, here's me contradicting myself. Like in my life, I haven't had it happen in threes, but it does feel like for celebrities, it does. So I think that I mean I know it's stupid to go. I think that's true, but it does feel like that does happen.
Yeah,
Let's see. Um, 666. Three sixes in a row give some people the chills. It's a superstition that harks back to the Bible. I love that they say harks back to the Bible, as if the Bible is some ancient relic nobody owns today. In the book of Revelation, 666 is given as the number of the beast and
beast.
is often interpreted as the mark of Satan and a sign of the end times. Is that okay? I'm going to sound really stupid right now. Is that actually true?
Yeah.
Does it say 666
Well,
in Revelations?
a lot of people. It does say 666 in Revelations, but a lot of people believe that when we talk about the devil, it's a reflection. So it is actually 999. Um, but yeah, it does say 666 in Revelations.
As
It
much as
talks
I was
about.
raised to everything that has to do with revelations and you know what's Rob? My brain isn't working. What's the word I'm looking for? What happens in Revelations? The
It's about the end of times, isn't it?
Yeah, the end of times. But there's another word for the end of times.
Oh gosh, Chase.
Oh, come on. Um, Hold on a second. I gotta look this up because it's gonna drive me nuts. Um, Hold on, Joshua. What did we come up with? Was the name for the end of times?
Rapture.
It, it, no, it wasn't the rapture, but whatever. Well, that was close. Anyway, the point of the story is, I don't even know the point of the story. What was I saying?
You're saying about
Oh, as much as I've learned about that, I've never actually knew. I don't think I've ever remember being told what the Bible verse was that um, where the 666 came from.
just a second, Chase.
Okay,
Grace, will you go and get my Bible out of the front room?
we're involving our children in 666. All the other ones were like, we're good. According to State University of New York at Buffalo anthropologist Philip Stevens, the writer of Revelation, was writing to persecuted Christians in code. So the numbers and names in the book are contemporary references. 3 sixes in a row is probably the numeric equivalent of the Hebrew letters for the first century Roman Emperor Nero. Hmm.
Thank you, sweetheart.
My
Right.
great grandmother named her dog Nero. Nobody cares. I'll
Right.
go on to another one while we're talking, okay? The tradition of a turkey bone tug of war, make a wish on a wishbone, goes back a long way. Legend has it that the first century Romans used to fight over dried wishbones, which they believed were good luck, and would accidentally break them, ushering in the idea that whoever has the longest bit of the bone gets their wish. Bird bones have also been used in divination throughout history, with a supposed soothsayer throwing the bones and reading their patterns to predict the future. Crossing your fingers. Those wishing for luck will often cross one finger over another. This gesture is said to date back to early Christianity. The story goes that two people used to cross index fingers when making a wish, a symbol of support from a friend to the person making the wish. Anything associated with the shape of the Christian cross was thought to be good luck. The tradition gradually became something people could do on their own. These days, just saying fingers crossed is enough to get the message well across. Friday the 13th.
Oh,
If you're, it's funny because when we left to go on our trip last week, was it
Friday
last
the
week?
yeah, it's Friday the 13th, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Friday the 13th. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's like, ooh, you're going on Friday the 13th. If you're not scared of Friday the what was that? Friday the 13th, you should be scared of the words used to describe those who are, which is frigatriscadecaphobic. Frigatriscadecaphobics. For a superstition, the fear of Friday the 13th seems fairly new, dating back to the late 1800s. Friday has long been considered an unlucky day. According to Christian tradition, Jesus died on a Friday. And 13, of course, has a long history as an unlucky number. According to the Stress Management Center and Phobia Institute in North Carolina, they actually have one of those. 17 million people fear Friday the 13th. Many fall prey to the human mind's desire to associate thoughts and symbols with the events. If anything bad happens to you on Friday the 13th, the two will forever be associated in your mind, said Thomas Gilovich, a psychologist at Cornell University. All those uneventful days in which the 13th fell on a Friday will be ignored. To me and to anyone with a tattoo, you think of Friday the 13th in the United States as the day you can get tattoos for $10, which is good luck.
I can't find that thing about 666 because
Mm.
it's in one of my other Bibles. Because I've got about 4 Bibles, and she brought me the wrong Bible. So
Oh, well,
I will. I'll find it for you after the podcast.
okay.
Do you have the same superstition as we do about magpies?
I am guessing no, because I don't know what a magpie is.
Magpie is a black and white bird.
Okay.
If you see a magpie, it's supposed to be bad luck to just see one. And there's a rhyme that goes with it: 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold. And if you're driving and you just see one magpie on its own, you have to say, "Morning, Mr. Magpie. I shall get bad luck the rest of the day."
Oh.
And if you see 2 together, that's supposed to be good luck. And I am obsessive about this. I'm obsessive. If I see one magpie, I go crazy. I'm looking around for the other magpie.
Oh, really?
I've nearly crashed my bleeding
So,
car trying to look for another magpie.
that is funny. Well, I guess you do believe in it then.
Yeah,
Okay, here, are you ready?
yeah.
Here is wisdom, let him who has understanding. This is Romans 13:18. Here is wisdom, let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast. For the number is that of a man, and his number is 666. Second Chronicles 9:13. Now the weight of gold which came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold. Ezra 2:13. The sons of Adoniram 666. Revelations 13:16 through 18. He causes all, the small and the great, and the rich and the poor, and the free men and the slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he provides that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for the number is that of a man, and his number is 666. Revelations 24. Then I saw thrones, and they sat on them, and judgment was given to them, and I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded because of their testimony of Jesus and because of the word of God, and those who had not worshipped the beast or his image, and had not received the mark on their forehead and on their hand, and they came to life and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. There you go.
Do you know if I'm driving and my speedometer goes to 666, I will pray for a mile.
You know, if I buy something that comes to $6.66, I will throw in a pack of gum. Or like if there's a video and it has 666 likes on it. Okay, this is weird. I had a video on Halloween 3 years ago, and there were six. Somebody said I'm the 666 like. I deleted it. I'm superstitious about it too. It's just ingrained. There are some things that are just ingrained in me that it's just how it is. I'm quirky that way. If I ever had a license plate that was ABC 666, I would send it back. You're allowed to send it back to the state
Yeah.
and ask for a new one. Well, I don't know why they just don't not make them, but okay.
Yeah, I saw a car the other day that had 666 in its number plate. Talking about cars, did you ever hear, do you have in America that a green car is supposed to be unlucky?
No.
Yeah, it's supposed to be unlucky. I don't know why, but
Oh. Oh. Can I tell you about something else about the number 13 being unlucky?
yeah, of course you can.
Fear of the number 13 is perhaps one of the most well-known superstitions. In fact, like I said, triskaidekaphobia hits at least 10% of the U.S. population, according to History.com. One of the earliest myths surrounding Unlucky 13 was due to a clerical error where the 13th law was omitted from one of the world's oldest legal documents, the Code of Hammurabi. Then there's Judas Iscariot, the 13th guest to arrive at the Last Supper.
Yeah.
A similar occurrence took place in Norse mythology when the mischievous god. Well, why can't I speak today? When the mischievous god Loki, we all know who Loki is, right? Thor's brother.
From the Avengers, yeah.
When the mischievous god Loki was the 13th member of a dinner party in Valhalla, upsetting the balance of the 12 gods already there. So there you go. There's some more history of the 13.
So I'm just looking now. In Russia, in China, some people will avoid anything having to do with the number 4. Why the number 4, you may ask, specifically? The pronunciation of 4 in Chinese is similar to the word for death.
Huh.
Unsurprisingly, this makes people believe that the number 4 is a sign of bad luck.
Why'd they choose that number? Why'd they choose that word for 4?
Ooh,
I don't know.
here's a good one.
Okay.
Egypt, opening scissors without cutting anything. In Egypt, there are multiple superstitions related to scissors in Egypt. I didn't even know they had scissors in Egypt.
Yeah.
In Egypt, that believes to hold that. Hang on, let me just get me tongue tied. In Egypt, there are multiple superstitions related to scissors in Egypt that believers hold dear. First, it is considered unlucky to open and close scissors if you're not actually cutting anything. Similarly, making words up now.
It's catching, I'm telling you.
Leaving scissors open is also said to bring bad luck. Bottom line, if you are in Egypt, you better be careful with those scissors.
Can I tell you a story about me and scissors? Because I have a story for everything. Can I tell you or no?
I'm waiting with bated breath for your story about scissors.
I used to have a neighbor who would take me out to do grown-up things. And by grown-up things, I mean, like, be quiet.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
By grown-up things, I mean she would take me to her work to like go pick up her paycheck, and she would buy me like a Coke. And in my house, we were not wealthy, and I guess that meant that we had to get like generic pop. So I didn't get to drink Coke. So she would always take me to get a Coke, and she took me to. She's an avid sewer and knitter and all that stuff that takes talent that I don't have. And she took me to a scissors store, so she could buy a pair of scissors and she, she would spend a lot of money on them because she used them all the time. Well, they had these scissors so you could like pick up and look at, and I did, and I opened them up and I slid my finger across the sharp part, as one is known to do if they're stupid. And I started bleeding profusely.
Oh,
I
you're
took
joking.
my no, I took my coat off and wrapped it around my hand because I was so embarrassed. And we got in the car and she took me home, and I ended up having to get stitches. But I never told her that I had cut my. I was always afraid. It's kind of sad actually, but I was always afraid to tell my parents if I did something that I thought I would get in trouble for. So I thought I would get in trouble for, you know, running my finger over the scissors, so I didn't want to get in trouble. And instead, I got stitches. So guess what? I've never done again.
So because you didn't like drinking roller cola, you
Yes,
you
basically.
mortally wounded yourself.
Yes, yes. I was pale and gasping. Yeah, I was bleeding out. My mother, she took my coat off and she was like, do you have a hand left? What is happening right now? And then I had to confess because, it was like literally like down the length of my whole finger into my palm. I don't know what I thought I was doing. I don't ask me. I think I thought that they were display scissors, therefore they wouldn't be sharp. I was very little, like 8. Smart enough to know better, but still. 4-leaf
How old were you?
clovers.
How old were
About
you?
8.
You were 21. Go on, tell the truth.
It's true. It was Jack and Coke. According to Scientific America, the chances of finding a 4-leaf clover are 1 in 10,000. To this very day, I get excited if I find a 4-leaf clover, which is sad.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh, good. I don't feel so sad
I
now.
send the kids out looking for them.
Do you?
Yeah.
Go get Daddy a 4-leaf clover right now. Don't 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 walk under a ladder though.
I don't do that noise.
You don't?
Because the kids would go, "What are you doing, Dad? Have you lost it?"
Well, go get Daddy a 4-leaf clover. Do you do that so that they can like kill some time? Is that what your point is?
No, so I'll be lucky and maybe win the lottery. I don't do.
You have to buy a lottery ticket, Rob.
I'll do the people's postcode lottery, and for people in the UK, I have won about £100 on the people's postcode lottery in £10 amounts.
A year and a half ago, I think it was, we had this like a $1 billion lottery. It had gotten up so high. And so therefore we were buying lottery tickets like every other moron. I mean, somebody has to win it, right? Right. So we bought a lottery ticket, and we won $250, which in my mind means I have the legal right to tell people I won the lottery. So there. That's how I think. $250, that was pretty good.
Mm.
I
have got the most ridiculous one that we've had at all.
Well, can I tell you about 4-leaf clovers?
Yeah, of course you can. Sorry, Chase.
That's okay. Don't worry about me. Making the find of a lucky thing, making the find of one a lucky thing in itself. Have you found 4-leaf clovers, Ro?
Found one once.
Did you? I found one once too. That's all. But the luck of the clover dates back to Adam and Eve. According to HowStuffWorks.com, legend has it that Adam and Eve were leaving the Garden of Eden. Eve plucked a 4-leaf clover as a souvenir. Another theory dates back to ancient Celtic world when it was believed that four-leaf clovers would help ward off evil spirits. There was also medieval theories that possessing this lucky plant would allow one to see fairies. Oh, I like that one. All right. I always look for four-leaf clovers if I'm sitting around clovers.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. I don't send my kids out to find them. I don't put a backpack on and go hunting for them. But if I happen to be amongst clover, Rob, you're not helping my mood.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know it was my job.
I told you. I sent you the memo. Okay.
Right, guys, this is my last one, and it's from South Korea. Fan deaf.
What?
Fan, F-A-N, deaf.
Okay.
And like I said before, it's the most ridiculous one ever. South Korea, you need to get yourselves, you need to get your shit in order here, because this is ridiculous.
Rob says.
It is a widespread fear among people in South Korea. As a result, many South Koreans will never sleep in a closed room with a fan on. It is commonly believed that prolonged exposure to fans causes hypothermia, loss
Oh.
of loss of water in the body, and even asphyxiation.
I literally have 3 fans in my bedroom. 3.
They help me
Well,
sleep, the noise of the
me
fan.
too. When I went to go see Baby X at Light, I took my own fan because I need that noise, and I have to have moving air. It's a necessity, or I can't sleep.
Mm.
I'm
I find
very,
it
very picky
difficult.
about sleep.
I find it difficult to get to sleep when it's too quiet.
I do too. I don't like it. I do like. I'm not afraid of the dark. I
No.
do like it pitch black,
Mm.
and then I have a ceiling fan, an oscillating fan, and then this little one that's got more power than it, a jet airplane, and that's the one I like. It's noisy. It's powerful. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to fall asleep in South Korea.
Mm.
Okay. Um, wearing black for mourning. While you might not think twice about it, wearing black stems from superstition. According to HuffPost, many ancient cultures actually considered death to be contagious, and it was wise to avoid someone who had recently been around a dead person. In Rome, wearing all black was a way to let everyone know you had been in the presence of death. Oh, that's sad, actually. Let's move on to horseshoes.
Ooh.
When Celtic tribes began migrating to what is now northern Europe and the British Isles around 400 BC, they blamed any bad luck on cows that wouldn't give milk, chickens that wouldn't lay eggs, on the local elves and goblins, believing that the local fairies feared the iron weapons of the invaders. The Celts hung horseshoes over their doorways to ward off the spells of evil creatures. Stepping on a crack. You might think step on a crack, break your mother's back has been around about as long as sidewalks, but actually it's much older. The superstition comes from the European and African American folklore. Cracks signify an opening between this world and another. Stepping or standing on a crack brings bad luck or health issues to yourself or your family. And that's not all. Cracks in walls allow spirits ghosts, and fairies to enter your house. If there's an ant colony in a crack and you step on it, get ready for rain. And if you see grass growing in the crack, the next winter will be a bad one. This is one I like. Wishing on eyelashes.
Wishing on what?
Eyelashes. Do you guys not do that?
I've not heard of it.
Oh, whenever an eyelash falls down, like if somebody has an eyelash on their cheek that's fallen out, I would take it and say, give it to the person or hold it on my finger and say, make a wish. And then you close your eyes, you make a wish, and you blow on it. And anyway, you can thank 18th century Britain and Ireland for all the wishes you've ever made on lost eyelashes. Come on, Rob. A version from Shropshire, sorry.
Shropshire, well done.
I'm going to get beat later because I said Shire. From Shropshire, England, recommends that if an eyelash falls out, you put it back on the back of your hand to make a wish and throw it over your shoulder. If it flies off your hand, your wish will come true. If it's still there, too bad. Another approach popular among Cornish schoolgirls was to place the eyelash on the tip of her nose or the back of her hand. If she can blow it off, her wish will come true. So there you go. Now, what are some other superstitions that you know of that we haven't talked about?
No, I think that's all of the ones I had, and a couple of, like the magpies and the green cars. Let me just think. Yeah, that's all of them, I think. That's all of them.
I've heard that whistling indoors lets evil in.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I've heard of that.
This one says that whistling while you work may be an issue in Lithuania, where it's forbidden to whistle indoors because the noise is believed to summon demons. My husband is a whistler.
What if you're a dwarf?
Well, then it's in the rule book that you must
whistle while you
work.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, yeah. It's not for everybody, Rob. It's just, Lithuania. I don't.
That's a bit dwarfish, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What have dwarfs done to anyone?
Anyway.
Done it again, Anna.
Probably, yeah. My husband whistles, and I can't begin to tell you how furious it makes me. I don't get irritated. I don't get mad. I go straight to furious. It is something that makes my spine crawl. Yes, Rob, like that. It makes my spine crawl. It feels like it physically hurts me. And I don't know why, but it feels like it physically causes me pain to have somebody whistling. Nope, don't do it. Don't even think about it. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I
Wait.
What?
So I'm talking to Grace. She's knocking on the door.
Oh yeah, if your hands are itchy, it's supposed to mean that you're gonna get money.
Ooh.
Yeah. When I was growing up, if my hands were itchy, my mom would always say, "Oh, we're gonna get money." I don't know if that ever worked. Let's see. Some places think that stepping in dog poop is a good thing. In France, apparently. But you have to step in dog poop on your left foot. If you step in dog poop on your right foot, well, that's bad luck. Bird poop brings good fortune. If a bird poops on you, according to people in Russia.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Yeah, I've heard that one as well.
Yeah, I was in San Francisco. I had a bird pooped on me, and it didn't feel that lucky. Just saying, I didn't get it. Owls are supposed to be bad omens, according to the Egyptians. And an owl in your house brings death. Well, luckily I don't. I don't keep owls in my house anymore.
Have you stopped doing that? Yeah.
Yeah, I did a couple days ago.
Right. I wonder why I've not heard a hoot.
Yeah. Now you know. Don't get a haircut on Tuesdays. You get a haircut on Tuesdays in India, that's bad luck. Giving yellow flowers means kind of an FU. Or it can mean you cursed your friend with infertility. No, infidelity. Completely different things. Um, Wedding bells ward off evil. That's why they have the bells.
Mm.
Did that work for you, Rob?
Yeah. Yeah.
You did? It warded off the evil
It did. Yeah.
momentarily.
Well, I've got a set of bells where my brain used to be, and I ring them often.
Pregnant women should give in to their cravings. There's a Canadian superstition that expectant mothers who are craving fish but don't eat it will end up having a baby with a fish head.
Sorry.
Pregnant women should never eat asymmetrical foods because it means you'll end up with an ugly baby. Ah, Josh. Sorry. He goes, that's okay. Let's see. Oh, full moons, of course, can be bad luck. Don't go to the hospital on Wednesdays. Apparently, it's good luck to go to the hospital on a Wednesday. I don't know about that. Anyway, I've learned. Oh yeah, protect yourself against the evil eye.
Yeah.
So some people wear those eyes as necklaces, you know,
Yeah.
because it's supposed to ward off curses.
They're big in Turkey and Cyprus, them little blue necklaces with a little
Yeah,
evil
yeah,
eye in
yeah.
it.
I like them. In the Philippines, do not wear red during a storm. Causes shame. Okay, I'll try not to do that. Don't enter a room with your left foot in Spain. Probably will never get a chance to do that. Don't eat grapes on New Year's Eve. Also in Spain. Instead of kissing someone at midnight to celebrate the years, they're encouraged. Oh, they do eat grapes. They're encouraged to eat grapes instead. Well, that's probably good right now while we're self-distancing.
Yeah.
People associate awkward silences with a lot of different things, but some believe that when these lulls occur, an angel is passing over. That's another thing that's superstitious. If you suddenly get the shivers, we say, oh, somebody walked across our grave. We both
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
And that's a strange one. I think there's a lot that I just can't think of.
Mm.
But this has been interesting. I've learned a lot of stuff.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you for doing that with me.
It's my pleasure as always.
I'm sure.
Well,
I mean, you did call me a smartass, but whatever.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No,
Oh, I just heard wrong.
you did, yeah, again.
Oh, okay. Got you. Something else that is superstition is that people have lucky numbers or lucky colors.
Red and number 7.
That's yours?
Yeah.
My lucky number is 6, or 4. It's 6 or 4. And my lucky color is red. The rest of my family, their lucky numbers are 13. And do you have a lucky color, Josh? Yeah, that's what we talked about. So that's another thing that is a popular superstition. You know, a lot of people who play sports are really superstitious. So if, like, let's say you're you're on a winning streak in baseball, you're wearing a certain pair of socks, you might wear those socks until you lose. So it could be for a long time. Or a lot of baseball players will grow their beards out um, because shaving is bad luck. If you're at a baseball game and you're losing, you do what's called a rally cap, and that means you turn your baseball cap around backwards. So that's a rally cap. In volleyball, which I coached, every single player has a certain amount of times that they have to bounce the ball before they pick it up and hit it. Every player across the board has a certain amount, 5 times, 4 times, 6 times. My son plays volleyball for as you know, for the United States Junior Olympics, and he spins his ball. He'll bounce, and spin the ball a certain amount of times, throw it up, and then he'll hit it. Sports are one of the most superstitious based, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever.
Occupations.
Yes, that there are. Lots and lots of them. I like it. You can always tell. I think you can always tell somebody who goes up to bat what their superstition is. Like they'll pull their right shoulder, the shirt on their right shoulder twice, their left shoulder once, and my husband is like that. Pulls his shirt certain ways for good luck. You can, if you're watching sports like volleyball or swimming, you can see what they do for good luck. It's interesting to me.
Just a second, Chase. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just my daughter is doing something. I don't know what it is.
All right. Well, I'll let you go, Rob. I'll let you go, everybody. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and do that. If you would, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you'd like to be notified when my content goes live, go ahead and click that bell. And again, I would like to thank everybody for their kind words and well wishes and prayers. It hasn't gone unnoticed, and it's been very appreciated.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good night, Rob.
Good night, Trace.
Or good morning, whichever. Bye.
Bye. Bye.